Good morning, beloveds. Having a bit of a slow morning and a bit of a quiet morning, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. I just, got caught up on what I was doing and was like, oh, you know what? It's 9:45. I still haven't done the live stream. Maybe I should go do that. So chapter 11's got 14 pages in it, so it doesn't break up nicely. So I'm going to try and break it up based on the sections. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one today, and then maybe a longer one tomorrow, and then Monday maybe the wrap up. So we'll see. But it's definitely going to take at least 3 days. So chapter 11 is mental and spiritual treatment. And the first section is treatment. What is it? Effective mental treatment is propelled by a consciousness of love and a realization that the creative spirit is always at work. The practitioner does not feel that they must compel the force to work. It is the nature of the creative power to take form, and it is the nature of a person to use it. A treatment should be given in a calm and expectant manner and with a deep inner conviction of its reality, without any fear or any sense that the human mind must make it effective. The work is effective because the law is always in operation. That's it. That's all that section is. And it's one of those things where, where we say, not my will, but thy will be done. We are not, the practitioner is not using their willpower to do the treatment. What they are doing is they are going into their consciousness and knowing the truth, the spiritual truth about the person. And so it is the creative medium, the creative law that does the work. It is spirit that does the work. We're not the ones that are doing the work. All we are doing is creating the space for the work to be done, creating the mold for the spirit to fill. All right, next section. The purpose of treatment. Mental or spiritual treatment should bring into actual manifestation the health and happiness which are humankind's normal and divine heritage. Such healings include the emancipation of the mind from every form of bondage through a new concept of God, which causes the heart to beat with joy and gladness. This healing power is a consciousness of the unity of all life and the spiritual nature of all beings. A person's life is rooted in the universal and the eternal, which life is none other than the life of God. The healing process, insofar as it may be termed a process, is in becoming conscious of this eternal truth. Treatment should incorporate a conscious recognition that health has always been ours, abundance has always been ours, happiness and peace have always been ours. They are ours now, for they are the very essence and the truth of our being. All that is of evil, of whatever name or kind, is not an inversion of the eternal good. The purpose of treatment. The purpose of treatment. It really is. The purpose of treatment is about reminding us who we are. Who we are at the essence of our being. The life that we are living is the life of God. And all apparent conditions are just that. They're effects. We want to go back to the first cause. All right. So the next section is the way of treatment. Now, I got into this one with a green highlighter, so I'll let you know what I highlighted because I thought it was important. All right. The way of treatment. In treatment, we turn entirely away from the condition because as long as we look at it, we cannot overcome it. By thinking upon a condition, we tend to animate it with the life of our thought, and thereby it is perpetuated and magnified. Treatment is the science of inducing within the mind concepts, acceptances, and realizations of peace, poise, power, plenty, health, happiness and success, or whatever particular need it may be. Treatment is not willing things to happen. It is to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. Treatment opens up the avenues of thought, expands the consciousness, and lets reality through it. That's what I highlighted. It clarifies the mentality, removes the obstruction of thought, and lets in the light. It removes doubt and fear in the realization of the presence of spirit, and is necessary while we are confronted by obstructions or obstacles. We already live in a perfect universe, but it needs to be seen mentally before it can become part of our experience. Every problem is primarily mental, and the answer to all problems will be found in spiritual realization. Just a quick note here. He says every problem is primarily mental. And maybe, I don't disagree with him, because a lot of the times the first thing we have to do is make up our mind or change our mind to change the situation. There are a whole lot of real physical conditions out there that are going to take real physical work to fix. But the first thing we have to do is make up our minds. Okay? Make up our minds about what it is that we would have in place of that. So keep that in mind as you're listening to this. Okay? He does not live in La La Land. It is hardly necessary to state here that without an understanding of the limitless medium of subjectivity, there can be no full comprehension of how the law operates when a treatment is given. Unless we understand the threefold nature of both a person and the universe as active consciousness, which we call spirit, receptive or creative law, which we call the medium or universal subjectivity, and the manifestation, which we call form or creation, unless we realize further that as we deal with our own individuality, we are dealing with the universal, which has projected out of itself that which is like itself on a miniature scale. Unless we have this understanding, we shall be working much of the time on a basis of blind faith. I just want you to know there were several ellipses, a couple of colons, a couple of semicolons, a whole lot of commas, and only one period in that entire sentence. Ernest is a master of run-on sentences. All right. But what he was trying to do was sum up part one in one paragraph. Okay. As an illustration of the importance of this understanding, take the following. Suppose a person in New York wired a practitioner in Los Angeles, explaining to that practitioner that the person had been unable to sleep for weeks and that they wished treatment for insomnia. How would the practitioner go about this? The practitioner in Los Angeles knows that the person in New York fails to sleep because there is a lack of peace in their consciousness. There is a mental disturbance and the mind keeps working all night. The practitioner begins to think peace about this person. They do not say, now, John, supposing the person's name is John, you are going to be peaceful. Rather, the practitioner says it to themselves. John is peaceful. The practitioner does not send out thoughts nor suggestions. They realize in their own mind the truth about this person. The practitioner treats the practitioner for the patient always. the practitioner begins to pour the uplifting truth into their own mind. John sleeps in peace, wakes in joy, lives in good. There is no fear, no worry, no doubt, no confusion. They have not acquired the habit of wakefulness because their consciousness is filled with peace. Universal mind, being omnipresent, is wherever the person is who asks for help. If they are receptive to the harmony of the belief which the practitioner has poured into subjective mind, it will externalize for them at the level of embodiment of thought of the practitioner. Thus, the person, John in New York, is helped through the work of the practitioner in Los Angeles. A practitioner works through the law of mind, definitely for someone else. They declare the truth about the person whom they are treating, stating that this person is a divine being, complete, happy, satisfied, conscious of their own spiritual being, that this thing which is causing them to suffer now is not a law, has no right to be, is no longer effective through them, cannot suggest anything to them, that they may be free from it. That this word, which the practitioner is speaking, removes any obstruction in mind or obstruction in manifestation and allows the flow of life through this individual. They make such statements to themselves about this individual as tend to clear up in their own thought their belief about the person whom they are treating, until finally they come to a place in their treatment where they say that the person is now all right. They are free from the condition. It can never return. That this is the truth about them. That this now is the truth. This is a formed treatment and stated definitely a scientific treatment. To the average person, when a result is obtained by this method upward, it looks as though a miracle has happened. But such is not the case. It is only a miracle as everything else is a miracle. A definite conscious idea has been set in motion in the subjective world, which accepts the idea at their own valuation and tends to act upon them. Whew. Okay, that's enough. That's a lot. That's enough. Wait. No, I got one more. I wanted to do one more section. Sorry. Because that section is a lot. It's like, let me in one, 3 paragraphs explain exactly how you do your treatment, which we spend years teaching you. There are classes. Every single class teaches you how to do a treatment. Okay? But what he's saying now is when somebody calls a practitioner, the practitioner treats in their own mind their idea of that person and lets their idea of that person be the essence of that person. Completely free, whole, peaceful, happy, waking in joy, whatever it is that the person has asked for. They treat in their own mind and then they hold that space. We call it a mental equivalent. We hold that space until the person who asked for the treatment can accept it in their own mind and allow it to flow into their life. Okay? At no time is the practitioner using any power of their own. They are simply knowing the truth about the person, and spirit does the rest. All right. The last section I wanted to read today, and this is kind of a short one, is treatment is not explained in the Bible. From beginning to end, in one way or another, the Bible teaches the law of cause and effect based upon the premise that the universe is a spiritual system, that people are included in the spiritual system, that the infinite creates by the power of its word or the contemplation of its consciousness, and as a complement to this, that people reproduce the universal on an individual scale. The Bible does not tell us how to give a treatment. It is only within the last 100 years that the science which we are studying has been given to the world. It is not an old system of thought. The old system of thought did not contain the truth, but one would never learn how to give an effective mental treatment by studying them. We would no more learn how to give a treatment by studying the Bible than we would learn how to psychoanalyze a person. The principle of spiritual treatment is implied in the Bible as well as in other sacred writings of antiquity, but one could not learn how to give a treatment from reading any of these sacred books. From all these sources, we gain tremendous spiritual inspiration, but they do not teach how to give a treatment. I'm going to narrow my eyes at that one, Ernest Holmes. Okay. I have a thought about that, but here's what I'm going to tell you. We are going to start on page 167 at What is a Practitioner tomorrow. Now, treatment is not explained in the Bible. Here's the thing. Somewhere else in Ernest's writing, what Ernest says about treatment is that he went back and looked at the way Jesus prayed. And he noticed that there's a very specific way that Jesus prayed. And so he was like, let's use that way that Jesus prayed as the scaffolding to create this idea of treatment. Okay? So treatment is not explained in the Bible. Treatment is implied in the Bible because it is the way Jesus prayed. Ernest does occasionally contradict himself. But you have to understand, this was written in 1927. And he's got other books that were written, like he was writing up until I think he passed in 1969. So he learned a lot. So bear that in mind as we're going through the Science of Mind text. This was him trying to get all of his ideas down. He does change his mind occasionally. All right. Okay. Moving on. Just a couple of basic housekeeping, because like I said, we'll pick up the next part of this chapter tomorrow. But moving on, what I'm just going to remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Riverine on the social medias that I am on. And an easy way that you can support the center is by going to the social medias, liking, subscribing, following, commenting, sharing the stuff. We try and put up light, bright, tight, fun, enlightening, heartfelt stuff to help you with whatever it is that is going on in your life. So it's just an easy, and all it costs you is a click. All right. If you would like more information about this center, then I'm going to remind you that we have a constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. The other is that the website is up, so you can go to creativelife.org. That's our website. Okay. It is in the process of being rebuilt. So there will soon be all kinds of amazing things on that website. So, more than is already there. All right. Now I'm going to take a quick drink of water. For about the last 4 days, my voice has remained stable, but I'm going to stay hydrated to make sure it does. And I'm going to now encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a Sunday, a rest day, a take care of business day, a go meet your spiritual family day, a call a friend day, a silly day, a take a nap day, a get your spiritual work done day, a check on those text messages day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, your spirit in motion, your God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. That is what we are doing by reading The Science of Mind, okay? We are exploring the truth of our being as Ernest Holmes saw it, okay? And then refining what we think about it. Because even he'll tell you, he's not the end-all and be-all, all right? This is not revealed. This is syncretic. He went and looked at a whole bunch of sacred writings and a whole bunch of thinkers and philosophers and pulled this idea together. That's why we call it a philosophy, not a religion. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is Memorial Day. I may turn my alarm off. Probably will. Actually, I already have. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like, but I will be on in the morning. But before that, we're going to have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live or in person because we have power. We were not expecting to have power. Well, we knew we didn't have it last Sunday. We weren't sure we were going to have it this Sunday, but we do. So we're excited. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.